everybody. It's Dirty Thursday on Grand Forks Best Source, brought to you by River Cities Speedway. And we're chasing some gremlins here, but hopefully we get things rolling here right away. But today we have got Tyler Miller on the show, and we're going to be talking about the Bullring Beatdown. It's a demolition derby coming back to the River Cities Speedway, and we are stoked about that. And the show today, by the way, is brought to you by Northwest Tire, like it is every Thursday. You know, Northwest Tire in Grand Forks looking to hire a tire technician. If you are not afraid to show up for work on time and then, work while you're there on time, might be a good job for you. No prior work experience is necessary. Northwest Tire, they're going to train the right people too. Great benefit package. They got the PTO, health insurance, 401k, all that stuff. Pay will depend on experience, but stop in at Northwest Tire on Gateway Drive if you want to find out more. Or you can call Chad Hoff at 701-780-8473, or you can apply online at nwtire.com. Speaking of Chad Hoff, the other half of the Bullring Boys, we're hoping that he is going to make it today. I know he's kind of busy right now. Before we get on to the show too much further and talk to Tyler Miller, go over some track schedules. Of course, tomorrow night at River Cities Speedway, we wrap up the dirt track season. The Buffalo Wild Wings Blazin' Challenge is tomorrow. So we've got the Buffalo Wild Wings NOSA Outlaw Sprint Cars, Lightning Sprints, the Wingless Sprints, the IMCA Sport Mods are going to make a trip up here, hobby stocks and stock cars, and of course the Bullring Beatdown. And we're going to be talking about that. That is coming up on Saturday at the River Cities Speedway. And Sunday, Buffalo River Speedway over in Glendon. Got the IMCA Hobby Stocks, Short Trackers, the IMCA Sport Mods, INX Legends, Minn Kota Lightning Sprints, and the IMCA Stock Cars as everybody's seasons are starting to wrap down. A couple of things I forgot. I can't believe it. If you want to call or text, I have 8 questions for Tyler Miller or anybody in here. Our number is 701-213-0863. I'm way out of sorts here because I never did jokes my neighbor tells me yet either. So here we go. Jokes my neighbor tells me before we get into this. Sometimes someone unexpected comes into your life out of nowhere. They make your heart race. They change you forever. We call these people cops. All right. I'm not hearing anything in my headphones. I don't know what's going on here. Hello. Anyway, Tyler Miller, welcome to the show. How are you, man?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been around the Demolition Derby for my whole life. I probably started promoting shows probably 12 years ago.
Really?
Started off with the county fair in Thief River.
Mm-hmm.
And then I grew and I got Bagley, so that's Clearwater County. And then it'd be 3 years ago I got Polk County Fair, which was Fertile.
Yep.
So we had 1 year of that, and then we had COVID.
Uh-huh.
And now this is going to be my first show without a fair support. So.
Oh, yeah.
And the first time ever have one at a speedway.
Uh-huh.
Especially Grand Forks. When I first started, I kind of put it out there that I want to have a show back in Grand Forks.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people laughed, said it'll never happen, and I had a buddy that was originally talking to the River City Speedway about having one, and then nothing ever happened. So he ended up passing my number off to Brad and them, and we ended up scheduling a meeting, and we got a date set and everything, and I was super stoked. I mean, to have people doubt you or...
Oh, yeah. And it seems like River City Speedway is on everybody's map. If you're going to put on a show, it's a great place to do it. Now, you've been around demos your entire life.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep.
Man's a demo guy?
Yep. Everyone in my family. My dad, actually my aunts has demoed. My kid... two of my kids have demoed Power Wheels.
Yeah.
Little Power Wheels. And if they were a little bit older, they'd be strapping a helmet on too and running with a real car.
This is funny because I used to run demos back at the Pennington County Fair in Thief River. And back in the 80s when I was doing it, if you won that demolition derby, that was damn near like winning the Indianapolis 500. I mean, that was a big deal. And it's funny because how I got my first demo car, I bought from a drunk guy in a bar, $26. I did a lot of work to it, and there was nothing left of it. We couldn't even get it to shut off. It had a 6-cylinder in it. We were throwing rags in the fan, everything we could, and it just kept dieseling, and finally it died. So I was going to sell it to Holton, the junk guy. He'd come and pick him up the next day. I took my batteries out of it and whatever I could salvage that was still good. And here the fire department got called out there at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Lo and behold, John Roberts' demo car started on fire. There was nobody out there, but how you can get into the demos, how did you get started? I mean, I know your dad did it, but did you just say, screw it, I'm going to go buy a car and I'm going to just do what he's taught me to do and I'm going to build one?
So actually my first car was given to me, and I think I was 13 years old, and I've seen Dad and everyone else around the shop just go out and cut wires. Well, this car happened to be EFI. So I cut all the wires and the car didn't run no more.
Oh.
So this was roughly 2 weeks before the show in 2002. So I think I was about 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Went out to Holton out of Viking. It's Aaron Holton's dad.
Yep, I just talked to him at the racetrack last week.
And just explained my situation to him. He's like, well, I have a car for you. It's yours. Just bring it back when you're done. So I drove it home, stripped it out. Yeah, that was my first demo. I was 13 years old.
Now, a lot of people don't realize you don't just take a demo car and break the windows out and go out and demo. There's a lot of things you can do to a demo car. I mean, you got to figure out what kind of car you're running. Where's the distributor cap? All that kind of stuff, because it all makes a difference, right?
Yep, most definitely.
Do you have a preference in what you're looking for if you're going to build yourself a demo car?
Chrysler.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of people laughing at me right now because
that's what I ran.
Chrysler, but nowadays it's new style Fords, Crown Vics, those caddies. But I'm still old school. It's what Dad taught me, and that's what I'll stick to.
Is your dad still demoing?
Nope. Dad lost both of his legs.
Oh.
Diabetes.
Oh man.
So he's kind of in a nursing home now, but he finally made it out and watched the show. It gets tough being in a wheelchair, but
sure.
He's definitely still a good supporter.
Now, how did you come up with the Bullring Beatdown?
Well, I like to name events, especially if they're not a fair. Last year we had a fall show similar to this in Bagley, and that was I think it's called the Bagley Beatdown.
Okay.
The track name is Bullring, and Beatdown. I threw it at Brad and them when we were having a meeting, and they absolutely loved it.
Oh, I could see those guys. Bullring Beatdown. Oh, instantly with those guys. In fact, hopefully, Brad, you found out how to watch the show. We've done how many of these shows for how many years now, and he's still trying to figure out how to watch a show on his phone. But now, what are we going to see here? Because you've got different classes and everything, too. I know the class differences. You got the compacts, the full-size, bone stock, and a full-size limited weld. So tell us about each one of these classes. What's the difference?
So your full-size stock, mostly, it's pretty similar to what the builds used to be like. You know, kick the windows out, put chains around the doors, weld a bumper on. That pretty much wraps up that build. The compacts are a little bit more heavier of a weld. Weld the door shut, trunk, you know, have your 6 points of ready rod in your hood. And then the limited weld, you can have your doors welded. You can have a bumper bracket. So what you're doing is you're taking for instance, Grand Forks is you get a 10-inch piece of steel from behind your bumper back. A flat steel you can weld to your frame. And then you're also going to get your 6 fix-it plates if your car's pre-ran. If your car's fresh, you're going to get 4 plates for a fresh car.
Sure. Now, when you talk about welding, people might think, well, what difference does that make? But when you weld a car solid, you weld all those doors shut, it makes it one solid piece of steel. It makes a huge difference.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. And then with that limited weld, you're allowed to tip your frame. Well, use different type of bumpers. You can make a homemade bumper. You can just more stuff like that.
So what do you mean tip your frame?
So what you're doing is you're cutting your tabs. You're basically changing the way the frame is, because you know all these frames originally have spots where they're gonna crush her if you get into a car accident. The newer Fords are tipped, so they're kind of tipped down. What you're doing is you're cutting your frame tabs.
Yep.
And you're pulling it up.
Yeah, and see, we even back in the day were doing that, because when you want, if you're going to get rear end, because you do everything you can with the rear end.
Yep.
And, you know, that's what you're trying to hit with. But we always wanted, because you'd see demo cars where they're bent down and they're screwed. They can't do anything. So you want those things to start bending up. And You know, the thing is about demo cars, when I got into it at first, I was one of those guys, just pull the windows out and, chain the doors shut and do all that. But then you start talking to people that build them and you say, well, no, they look at it and, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. And pretty soon you got, a couple of batteries in the seat next to you. You got extra this and that where you can just take the wires off and put it onto a new one. And it's almost like building I want to say a race car, but for sure like an enduro car, because demo cars, if you want to be competitive, there's a lot of things you can do to them.
Oh, most definitely. And going back to the enduro cars, actually in Bagley, when we had that fall show, we were actually getting enduro cars that were kind of on the verge of they didn't want to fix them. Mm-hmm. So they'd come demo them.
Sure.
So, I mean, yeah, it is pretty much like building a, kind of an enduro car in a way, with the stalker class, for sure.
So you have been doing this for a long time. Was there an issue, the cash for cars things, steel prices went up. Everybody had all these old cars laying around that would make perfect demo cars for somebody. And the junk guys getting them all and they're crushing them and they're making their money. But was there a big shortage? Because now you start to see the compacts and things come in. And we didn't see that back in the day when I was doing it. But did that kind of put a damper on demos for a while or not?
Most definitely. I mean, there are people seeing the crushing prices go up, so they had that car sit next to the barn that they got crushed for $600 or $500, which, yeah, it definitely put a hurting on it. I think people just had to broaden their horizon a little bit and try different things. Compacts, you're gonna see, people are using those Toyota Camrys now all the way up to 2002s. I mean, they're a pretty nasty car if you build them right.
Oh, yeah, they are. And my wife has had Camrys ever since I've known her. We've been together for almost 30 years. And those Camrys, they'll die. I mean, they'll never die. They just keep going and going and going unless you happen to blow a timing belt or something. But I never ever thought about demoing a Camry.
They're tough. So I got to demo one this year, beginning of the year. I kind of made it a point that I was going to give up the Thief River show promoting. So I built 2 cars for there, and one was a Camry, and those things are stupid tough. The frames are big. You'll see a couple of them Saturday that you're just like, that's a Camry.
Yeah.
And they're loud. They're putting those little 4-cylinder pipes on it.
Yeah.
Through the wood. And
now, do they have to run a pipe? I mean, can you just run like a straight manifold? I mean, I know guys back in the day, they just flip the manifolds upside down, and if they bolt it on, they do it that way. But there's so many different things. In fact, if you were to build yourself a car for this Bullring Beatdown, how many hours do you think you would actually have in that car?
Well, it depends how many beers you're drinking.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. You're gonna spend at least a month, couple of weeks. I mean, depends on how hard you hit it. Those compacts you can rip apart pretty quickly.
Yeah. What is the $500 Mad Dog bonus?
So what we did do there is each class has got a $500 Mad Dog, and that's for the guy that just goes out and lets it rip.
The ones that the fans are, look at this guy, the crazy guy out there. And
we've been starting to do that more and more. Bagley, we actually did a $1,000 Mad Dog, and I think it was a 17-year-old kid that won it. He was holding it wide open. Last time I talked to him, he's coming up for, I think they're bringing like 7 cars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
because you see it all the time. And guys will come with a flatbed and they'll have how many cars on it. But is there anybody that's big in the demo world? This is a question from Brad that that's going to be here at the Bullring Beatdown.
It's hard to say for certain. I mean, a lot of guys like to play possum.
And not say anything until they show up.
The big guys like to fly under the radar.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm trying to think right off the top of my head. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there. They don't like it if you say their name.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, great. He's coming. No, I'm not going to show up. Or he's coming. Good. He's got a marker on his back.
That's kind of what it's like, Derby World. It's always a big secret.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm coming, maybe. But you've called me 10 times about the rules.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I might be there. Sloan says, let's go Tyler Miller. And don't forget the best of paint. The best of paint. What is that?
So that Sloan, he's the owner of High Octane Media.
Oh, okay.
He's my media guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually, at the beginning of the year, went out and bought 3 trophies. And he has been giving away. They're custom made. and we do the best paint. So we, if there's 4 cars that are painted up really nicely, we bring them out and we let the crowd decide.
Sure.
Which has been pretty cool. We've had 2 different paint jobs that have been totally different, and they've actually both won. So
Yeah, and you look at some of these cars, because I was always one of those guys. I want to make sure my car looked nice for at least 15 minutes.
Yep.
But there's those guys that when these demo cars pull out, people in the crowd are going like, God, that car looks way too nice to be putting in a demo derby because of the work they do to it. But guys get pretty creative, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. There's not such thing as a car that's too nice to be demoed.
Yeah. Coming from a demo guy. How did you ever get into promoting?
Well, honestly, 2009, we ended up having our first kid. And I continued to, but it slowed down. And I knew I kind of had to make a choice. But once it's in your blood, you can't really hang it up.
Oh, I know.
So I helped out at the local fair. And the one guy's like, well, you should think about taking it over. And I'm like, nah, not my type of deal. Well, the following year I had the show. That was when I was actually partnered with the Lions Club out of Signal Air. And it wasn't until probably just a few years ago I decided it was time for me to go out on my own.
Was it a big step to go off on your own like that and promote?
Absolutely. I mean,
because I know a lot of race promoters, not demo promoters, but race promoters, and I know it's a whole different deal than just going out there and demoing.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, it's a lot more stuff falls on you. Having your rules posted, making sure you're staying up to date with Facebook, answering the right phone calls, telling the people the right information, and just making smart decisions.
And I would imagine social media has had to have helped. I mean, you look at the cost of advertising. If you want to put on a show like this, I mean, you got to print your posters, you got to do this and that. But when you get social media, the word can spread pretty quick.
Most definitely, yeah. So I'm on Facebook at WFO Derby Promotions. You can find our schedules up there. You can find any information. The rules are up there too. We like to have fun. I'll be pretty honest. Most of the guys that have followed me around, and most of the guys in the Derby world, there ain't too many people in this region that I don't know. So,
do you know a guy named Kevin Pappenfuss?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, he's actually on the River City Hall of Fame. What a great race car driver. But he says the doctor in Park River used to do it. He was big time. He went all over the U.S. Dale Skitlin was actually his mechanic, who was a hell of a late model racer back in the day. But he says he ran brand new motors in his demo cars.
Yeah, Joel Johnson.
Okay.
I think his number was 10J, but that guy was, I'll be pretty honest, he was one of the best guys to, my generation when I was younger, watching him. He was so respectful, and we went to his shop a couple times. The group bought cars from Joel. He gave us T-shirts. Being a young kid, I think I was 13. He was at my first demo, and he kind of came over and talked to me. And he always ran Chevy roundback wagons with a brand new 350 Goodwrench and motor in it.
Jeez, he's putting a crate motor in there or what?
Yeah, it was. I think it was like a brand new motor every time. And the one special memory I have of him is he ran Warren, Marshall County, won the demo, loaded up and left right away. It's like, well, that's weird. He usually stands around BS's. He was on call. He had to go deliver a baby.
Jeepers. Well, I would guess if you're a doctor, you could probably afford to put a new crate motor in a demo car every time you wanted to run it. But you mentioned the group. Now, I remember this used to be an issue, and I don't know if you'd call it an issue or not, but you get these guys that come in, and they're basically a team. And they do kind of try to work together. And I don't know if you guys like that or don't like it, but does that still happen?
Yeah. And, that's kind of a gray area. So when, they show up with their group.
Because eventually they got to start trying to take each other out.
Right. So that's, it's kind of a gray area. There's 2 definitions of team driving. There's one where you're out there, you're not hitting each other.
Yep.
And there's another definition of me holding you while he hits you.
Oh, sure. So,
but, it's kind of a gray area, but we do definitely watch it. It's something that I take this promoting very serious. Demolition Derby is a big, it's a big thing.
Oh, sure it
to
is.
my family.
You watch it on MAV TV every week. I mean,
it's so I take a lot of pride in it.
And the thing is there's a game plan or a strategy to demo derby. Because I remember my first demo derby, balls to the wall, hit everything you can, and you usually don't last that long. What are some of the strategies?
Depends on who you are, because there's still guys out there that can build a very nasty car
That can hit with the front
end all day.
Yep.
So it all depends on the driver, the builder, taking smart shots. The biggest thing is going after wheels, and
Sure.
especially on those newer Crown Vics, anything. You can pick a spindle apart really quick.
Oh, easy. We're going to be back with Tyler Miller. The Bullring Beatdown is coming up this Saturday here at River Cities Speedway, and we're going to be talking more about that shortly. Right now, though, I want to talk about Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Life, it just doesn't ever seem to slow down. Everything needs to be done right now. Well, when it comes time for an oil change, stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Most oil changes, they're done in like 15 or 20 minutes. They also do more than that. Tranny and coolant flushes, tire rotations, and batteries. And when they change your oil, they're also going to top off your fluids. They're going to check your tires, your battery, your lights, your wipers, your cabin air filter. If you own a fleet, you'll get a discount. If you're in the military, you'll get a discount. They can text and email invoices and coupons too. And mention Grand Forks Best Source. They'll knock $10 off your oil change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, open Monday through Saturday, no appointment needed. Pickup and delivery is available in Grand Forks too. Another great thing. You know what? For a complete oil change and more, head to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, 3325 South 38th Street. Call them up, 701-780-8462. Make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you. At least you'll get that $10 off the oil change, right? I got sound now. It was just a button I should have pushed. But anyway, the Bullring Beatdown is coming up at River Cities Speedway on Saturday. What a great way to wrap up a season here at the Bullring. Tyler Miller, the promoter out of Thief River Falls, is the guy that's going to be running this deal. Now, getting back to the Beatdown, it's Saturday. What time are things going to get going?
So Tech will open at 2.
Okay.
Go to 5. I think the grandstands are going to open around 4-ish. That's kind of what just what we've kind of agreed on.
Sure.
But yeah, so Tech will open from 2 to 5. We'll shut it down an hour early just to get everything organized, have our drivers meeting, stage cars, do what we need to do there to make sure we're ready to start at 6. So we'll start at 6 with the Power Wheels. We'll have 2 age groups if we get enough. It kind of depends on the location there. I know in Bagley, I think we had 13, but then Fertile, we had 6.
Okay.
Some people want to wreck their Power Wheel for
Sure.
their kids, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with that, and then we'll kind of go into our full-size stock. Then we'll jump into our compacts, and then we'll jump into the limited weld.
Okay. Now you're figuring this is going to start at 6, the actual demo?
Yeah. So no, we'll start the demo at 6, and we're going to start off with the kids' Power Wheels.
Okay.
So that way, I don't know. I just like seeing those little kids in front of the full stands.
Well, you got to get your start somewhere. You got to get that fix, and when you look at these kids, I mean, and I'm taking this from my experience demoing and my experience here at the racetrack. After the races down to the pits, the kids go absolutely nuts, checking out these cars, sitting in them, taking their picture, getting their hero cards autographed. But that's the next generation. That's who you and I, when we're an old man, that's who we're going to be watching going out there demoing. So it's kind of cool. And when you talk about kids, now, is there an age limit before they can demo? Because, there's different with racing, I know, but do they have to have a driver's license? Do they have to be that age because they're not really driving? But is there an age limit?
So I like to at least, for now, we're at least wanting to see them have their permit. If it's somebody that's close to it, we could probably sneak them in. And it all depends on where the show's at and what their insurance allows to.
Sure.
But there is other places that do have youth classes where they're letting them start at 10.
Yeah, I mean, I know you can race. I know you can race without having to have a driver's license yet.
Yep.
But I got another message from Brad. They're going to be parking everybody in the infield.
Yep. So
that'll be cool. So you can actually sit and watch the guys while they're doing their work.
Yep. So if they need to make adjustments, more than likely, people will have to cut because they'll come overbuilt. So that's gonna be cool. We kind of want, he came up with that idea. It's a lot smarter than having those guys park out in the race
Sure.
pits. They're so far away.
Yeah.
Put them on the infield, and let's call it good.
So are torches a big part of the tool kit that comes with running a demo? Because I know they were back in the day when I was running them.
Yeah, torches are our main that's your main tool. That can do a lot of tools.
Oh, it
that
can do a
cover
lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it can cut bolts off. You can cut bad parts of the body off and all of that kind of stuff. Now, I know, and I don't want to be the buzzkill on this, but I know we do have a chance of rain. Possibly, I think it's going to be done by Saturday. I don't think we'll get any more, but is there a rain date just in case?
The rain date is the next day.
Okay, so it'd be Sunday.
Sunday. We would follow the same schedule. Mm-hmm. Brad mentioned that to me the other day, and I just said, for us to have to move it or cancel, not cancel it, but to move it, it'd have to take quite a bit of rain.
Sure.
Because
you guys got to grease up the track anyway, right?
So if you push it back a day, well, then you're more than likely going to lose people.
Mm-hmm.
In my 33 years of being around Demolition Derby, I've never seen a show canceled.
Okay. And even if we get a little rain, we got the grandstand there. I mean, you're still going to have a hell of a show. It's not like it's going to be freezing out. The weather, temperature-wise, is supposed to be really nice.
No, I think we'll be all right.
Okay.
It's not in our hands, but I feel like,
Yeah, you can't beat Mother Nature, right?
Right. We had rain in Fertile, and it was just fine.
Mm-hmm.
The track here, I feel like, it's probably a better surface.
Oh, yeah.
From, water-wise. Yeah. So I think we're going to be just fine.
Yeah, it's just not a bunch of dirt.
Right.
Do you have an idea, Tyler, how many cars are signed up so far?
So
I was told a number 2 weeks ago, and I want to know if I'm close here.
So we don't do anything to do with the pre-registration. Mm-hmm. It's just you type of show up.
Yep.
I want to say if I was a bet man, I'd say I want to be around that 40 to 50 mark.
Okay.
Maybe, give or take a few.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be happy if we had more. Like I told Brad and I told everyone else, I said, our first year, let's just, the first year is always the toughest.
Sure it is.
And if you go back and you look at the history of what kind of demos they had, towards when they were having those demos, I think that Cash for Clunkers was going on.
Yeah.
And I think it killed it.
Mm-hmm.
There was one time where they had to cancel it.
Sure.
There was one time we brought cars down and, yeah, you were the announcer.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
That's how I got my start at River Cities Speedway.
So the biggest thing is, you gotta crawl before you can walk.
Sure.
So this is our year we gotta crawl. Just get through the bugs. Get through the kinks that And next year, I believe, like I told Brad, I said, you guys have the faculty. You guys have, they've been on more than. I mean, they're super awesome to work with. They've been,
yeah.
And I think they could have themselves a really good show here down the road.
Yeah, you bring a good product, people are going to buy.
Exactly.
You see it the first time, or you hear about it if you weren't there, and people are going to be going, God darn it, I knew I should have went. It's funny, we've got a guy that works here in the mall down at the church, and every single day for the last 2 weeks, he stops me and talks about this Bullring beatdown, how his kids are looking forward to it. And they haven't been to a demo derby forever because it's been a while since we've had one here in Grand Forks. But you bring the product, you bring that first show in, and it's just going to keep getting bigger.
Oh, most definitely. So you bring the show in, you kind of get, everyone taste for it. Okay, hey, it's not the same old demo that
Right.
It's better. So then, they say, hey, they're buddies, and pretty soon you get a couple high school kids building cars.
Oh, yeah.
After school.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you're jumping up to 60 cars.
Right.
Bagley, this is Clearwater County. That's my show. That show continues to grow. So the grandstands is sold out, and I think we have 60 cars.
Wow.
And it varies in age from old guys to kids that are 15.
Yeah, and anything to keep the kids out of the house, off the couch, off the video games. There's more to life than video games.
Absolutely.
Now, one of the great things about demo derbies, and hopefully I'm going to be right here, but when it comes to concessions, we'll be able to get food, drinks, beverage, beer.
Yeah, last time we talked, he thinks he's gonna have it all open.
So the Buffalo Wild Wings beer gardens will be open, concession stand.
Yep.
Oh, man. How much fun is that? Sitting around with your buddies, eating good food, drinking good beer, and watching guys go beat the crap out of each other with their cars. I mean, that to me is just, I think watching cops is fun. This is way better.
Yeah, this is way better. Like I've been telling my buddies, for one day, we get to change the Grand Forks Bullring to a derby track for one day, and I hope it's good. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I know we've been promoting it big time at the racetrack. So, are there still no-nos in demo? I mean, like driver's door,
Correct,
things like that. Can somebody get DQ'd for that?
Absolutely.
I mean, you can see. We all know how things happen. You might be coming up, and you got the guy's left front quarter panel in your sights, and all of a sudden the guy moves up at the last second. You catch him square in the driver's door. Is there like somebody that is a flag man that decides, okay, you're out, that you don't do that, or nope, this is what happened? It's like a targeting hit in football. You're coming in full bore and you're ready to lay the lick on the guy, and all of a sudden he moves a little bit and you end up hitting him in the head. Is it kind of the same thing?
Yeah. So I don't put any of that pressure on my other guys to have to make that decision.
They should all know that.
So I make the decision.
Okay.
I go up, and if I feel like it was an intentional driver's door hit or or something along the lines of that, I'll go up to the track, explain, hey, you hit him square in the door, and I'm going to break your stick.
Yep.
Most of the time, they're pretty okay, yeah. But if it's where he's coming across the track and he bumps forward or he bumps back, or if you're feeding your driver's door, we might say, hey, we might stop and say, hey, you kind of drove into it. The biggest thing is we all got to go to work Monday.
Sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, driver safety is a huge thing to us. But also, if you're going to be feeding your driver's door, kind of sandbagging.
Yeah.
Expect
no room for that.
No.
Does it get to the point, and now I've seen this before, does it get to the point if you've got so many cars out there that are stranded and it's hard for the other guys remaining to get going, are you going to go move any of these cars if you have to, or do you usually just let them stay out there? And it's up to the driver to try to finagle his way around all the cars that are stuck with the stick busted.
Most of the time we leave them there. That's just, it's part of the game. That guy could end up pushing you across the track and you get hung up on a dead car, vice versa. We've never stopped at the pull dead cars. If you're leaking gas, there's some type of
could be a safety issue.
Then we're going to pull it.
We got a text from one of my Canadian buddies. Hey, Daryl. Good morning, John, Bullring crew, and Tyler. Good story about the doctor. Any Canadians registered? Carmen, Manitoba has a good derby during the fair. Last one I went to. Cheers, boys. Got any Canadians coming down?
We got a couple.
Do we?
I was talking to one this morning. He was messaged me and he says, "Yeah, I'll be watching our little interview today."
Oh, good.
So I think we've for sure got 2 coming, possibly 4.
Okay. Awesome.
They're good guys.
Oh, they are. The Canadians are awesome.
The one guy that's coming up, he's ran national shows.
Oh.
So it's gonna be cool. In my promoting time, I've only had one Canadian come down. So we should have at least a couple.
You mentioned the fact that we all have to go back to work on Monday.
Yep.
Have you ever been hurt in a demo?
Well,
I mean, I've been awfully sore the next 3-4 days after one, but
hurt, no, dazed, yeah. So long story short, it was the week of my 21st.
okay.
I drank Wednesday.
Back when you were invincible?
Yeah, I drank Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe Sunday before the show.
Yeah.
And me and my uncle came down to me and my uncle. And
you were the only 2 left.
We were the only 2 left.
Okay.
And my gas tank ended up having a hole in it, and all the gas was going underneath my seat.
Oh, boy.
So I think I was pretty, high on fumes.
Sure.
So I was kind of messed up, dazed, but the beer, I'm sure that week didn't.
Yeah, no fires, no nothing like that?
Nope.
Nope, because I know you get a sore neck. I mean, you get banged around a little bit in there. Do you when you were working on your cars, do you do anything extra with a seat or harnesses or seat belts, or is it just a regular seat belt that they give you in the car?
Seat belt usually that comes with the car. You usually cut your shoulder so you don't have a shoulder strap, and then you duct tape it together.
Sure.
and tie a knot, and then you just use the factory seat that comes with. Some people have the full containments, like race cars with the 5 points. Mm-hmm. But I like to be where I could.
Well, you got to turn around.
Right.
It's you do have to look behind your head in a demo. In fact, you're probably looking behind you as much as you are in front, aren't you?
Yeah, if you're a guy that likes to drive backwards, you're.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been the one just to
forward first.
Forward first.
Forward, not ahead. Wow. Okay, let's talk about costs here. What is it going to cost to go watch this show?
So the cost is going to be the same price. They're going to follow the same price as a regular night of racing.
Okay.
You can buy them at the same.
The ticket outlets.
Ticket outlets. They're going to follow the same. All that same good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's.
So you can save $3 a ticket on at any of the ticket outlets, regular ticket outlets. What about kids?
So it's 15 and under is free.
Okay.
So pretty much you're just buying adult tickets, and then the college students is with the college ID, I believe, is $10.
Okay. Affordable family fun.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say way better in racing but I'm a demo
you
guy.
leave that for Brad.
I'll talk. We got to go to the track. So
are you just not a race guy at all?
No, actually, I love motorsports.
Yep.
So a few years ago, my dad, or back in the younger days, my dad always helped out Terry Blacklands.
Oh yeah, I know Terry real well.
So then me and Aaron Blacklands were actually working together for a while, and I would be going with him in the races. We went to Grand Forks, a couple times. So the first night he raced a street stock, and he was winning.
Yep.
And I always told him I wanted to be in victory lane in Grand Forks. So he blew a tire. Well, at that point, I'm like, well, let's go to Devil's Lake tomorrow. So we went to Devil's Lake. I think he got second.
Mm-hmm.
He messed up driving, typical Aaron.
Way to go, Aaron.
I know he's watching.
Yeah, I know he is too.
I sent a message to him this morning. So then it was, I think the following week later, he ended up pulling off the win, and we got to be in victory lane.
That's pretty cool down at rideoutcar.com victory lane, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And Aaron is a hell of a race car driver.
He's not bad.
Yeah, he's not. I think he won like 20 some races this year or something. Maybe I'm way off, but I don't know. Let's see. So Kevin Papafoot says, does that mean I get in free? Hall of Fame gets in free. Ha ha ha. But I make up for it in beer and food. So if it's the same rules as River Cities Speedway, the odds are he'll probably get in.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. There you go, Kevy. More money for you to spend on beer and food, okay? Now, if somebody wants to get a hold of you about this, I know WFO Derby Promotions is at the
Facebook.
website.
Yep.
Any phone numbers? I would imagine you're getting sick and tired of taking phone calls, but when you're a promoter, that's part of life.
Yep. So pretty much when you post the rules, your phone's on 24/7. But you can call me at 218-686-7488. And, with this being the first year, if we have a show, I'm pretty sure we'll have a show next year and continue on. But if there's anyone out there that it's the type of business that wants to donate,
some contingency money and
right,
stuff.
I know over in Bagley, over in Bagley, they're very good for it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys will throw in a couple $100.
Sure, and we get that all the time here.
Yep, it's actually pretty cool to see the community sport. This is my first time putting on a show in North Dakota. So the first year, you just got to work through all the kinks, and next year will be better.
So anybody, if you want to add a little bit of dollars to this show, 218-686-7488 or go to WFO Derby Promotions. I know darn well Tyler will take the money because these guys, they're not getting rich demoing.
No.
It's awfully cool when you win, though. It's more of a bragging rights thing, but the payouts are pretty good, too.
Yeah, the payouts. So, when we had our meeting, Brad said, hey, do you think you could stay around this for, a per total payout for, at least the first year? And absolutely. What they're putting up their first year, you're not getting at shows that have been around for things like the Faber.
Sure, sure.
Their payouts really good for their first year. And I just, it's going to continue to grow.
Brad wants to know what the purses are.
Purses are...
He always texts me on my phone.
I'll have to pull up the flyer.
Okay.
I think it's 215.
Okay.
And then each class has got a $500 Mad Dog, but I don't want to give out false information.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the compact class first place is 1,500.
Wow.
1,005.
Wow.
Full size bone stock is 2,000, 1,500, and then the full size limited weld is 2,000, 1,500, and each class is going to have a $500 Mad Dog with a trophy.
Man, that's a good payout. Yeah, I mean, that's a racing payout.
You for up here, you won't find payouts that are that comparable. I mean, and if we can prove to the world, prove the Grand Forks, prove to everyone that the Demolition Derby it can be good and good at Grand Forks, I believe that you'll see the payouts increase.
So you being a promoter and doing all this work with a great payout, you sure in the hell aren't getting rich doing this.
No, and that's what I knew I was getting myself into.
Mm-hmm.
With all the shows, I'm not out to get rich, make money. The biggest thing to me is keeping the sport alive.
Right.
A lot of people say Demolition's dying. It depends on the location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the promoter, having a good promoter, a good set of rules, and good payouts will go a long ways.
And you knocked it out of the park there when you said a good set of rules, because back in the day when I was doing it, people were skirting the rules. Here's your rules. And you knew damn well half of these cars weren't going by the rules. But are you guys a little more strict on that now?
Yeah, we're...
I mean, when you've been doing it as long as you have, you can usually, I would imagine, tell if it's pretty obvious if a guy is doing something wrong, or is it harder to catch?
No, it's pretty simple. I mean, if you think something's up with it, you drill their frame.
Mm-hmm.
We have ran across where a car was stuffed full of concrete. But I got a good group of guys that they've been around the sport for just as long as me, if not longer. So
okay. Do you have an announcer? Because I was just informed it sounded like we might be.
I think you're announcing.
Oh, I did not know that. It says John and Chad calling demo from Jim Corcoran patio out in the front straightaway. Well, I just learned something new. I guess I won't be going out of town. That's okay, because all week long, or all for the last couple of weeks, I've been saying, I don't know what they're going to do for an announcer yet. So I'm going to babysit my grandkids this weekend. Mm-hmm. And I warned my wife. I said I might have to work Saturday too. But the funny thing is, when I go to the racetrack, it doesn't matter if it's a regular dirt track night, if it's the John Seitz Memorial, or if it is something like the Bullring Beatdown. I don't consider that work. I remember... Now, if this was the right time, when you said that demo derby that I was announcing, was that when they ran the buses for the first time? When they came around the corner? Okay, that wasn't that time.
The time you ran is when the cops got called in the pits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That might have been us.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Geez, I think I've been there for pushing 20 years now. So that was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Man, just a couple of more questions before we cut you loose. I know you got a lot of things to do, but demoing or promoting, what do you prefer? What would you, if you had the best of all worlds, would you do them both? Or I know that's got to be pretty tough to do, but would you rather be in the car, or would you rather be running the show?
It depends on the day.
Mm-hmm.
So this year was probably the most busiest I've ever been with it. So actually, this year I've probably derbied more than I've promoted. But it's tough to say. After a show, and having people come up to you and say, "Hey, your show was awesome," or that's pretty tough to beat.
Yeah.
And I'd have to say probably promoting right now.
Yeah. Do you think it's getting time? I don't know how old you are. I know you got kids in junior high for sure now.
Yep.
Will there be a point when you step away and just say, you know what, I'm just going to promote?
Yeah, I have a time frame.
Mm-hmm.
It's not coming up, but I've got definitely a number in my head when I'm gonna.
When the kids are old enough to start.
Yeah. Because
I figured we all kind of think alike.
Yeah, I'm hoping by then I can have someone, not really trained in, but wanting to take the horns.
Sure.
It's a lot of work. Your phone's consistently on.
Yeah.
My wife's always
I was going to ask you.
Get off your phone.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about her. What does the other half think about all this busyness that's involved with something like this?
So actually, a crazy story was in 2009. I met my wife at a demo derby in the pits.
No way.
Yep.
So this is no surprise to her. She doesn't mind it.
Well, actually, at that point in time, she had a boyfriend, and I told my buddies and everyone I was with, I said, I don't want a girlfriend. I want to drink Busch Light, and I want a demo.
Yeah.
Well, a year later, it was game over.
Now I got a wife, and I drink Busch Light, and I demo.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is when Tyler walked up, because you'd never been here before, when you walked up, I had no clue who you were. I just see this guy out there with the Busch Latte Crocs on. And if you know anything about me, I live in Crocs. And I heed and hawed about buying the Busch Latte Crocs. I never did. But after finally seeing them, because I wasn't sure if it was a scam or not, because the website I was looking at was, I don't think it was the official Croc website, so I wasn't sure if I was going to get screwed or not. But did you order those online, or did you buy them somewhere? Because I definitely have to get a pair. And then that way I can say, well, I want to look like Tyler Miller.
I think my wife ordered them. I think they're off an Etsy site. Don't buy the ones from China because they're way too skinny and uncomfortable. But these ones, I think they're off. I'll get you the info.
Okay.
But they're comfortable.
It was funny because when I was doing trackside stuff, the people first thing they'd say to me is they'd yell, "Roberts, what shoes you wearing?" Because I'm a Croc guy. I got like 15 pairs of them. But I don't have the Busch Latte ones. Okay, so coming up this Saturday, Bullring Beatdown. We have got compacts, full-size bone stock, and full-size limited weld, and also the kids, what are they?
Kids Power Wheel.
Kids Power Wheel. Kicks off at 6 o'clock. The gates will probably open around 4.
Yep.
Going to be regular cost, just like it is going to a Friday night show at River Cities Speedway. So your kids are going to be free. If you're in the UND, you get a good break. And they got the beer gardens, the food stands, the concession stands. Just a regular night at the Bullring, but it's going to be beat down time.
Instead of turning left, they're going to be going head on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Crocs have holes in them so that your dignity can leak out. Come on, Jared. I've never heard that one. That is a pretty good one. But you'd be amazed how many people I have turned on to Crocs.
Yeah.
There's no way I'd wear those things. Buy a pair and see what you think.
They're the
And now
best
they live
things
in
in
them.
the world.
Aren't they?
If they can make them in steel toe, we'd call it a
Oh,
day.
God, I know. My favorite is I spend a lot of time outside, so I got the Croc pox on the top of my feet now, where you get the brown. Looks like you got dirty feet, but they're just tan marks.
See, I wear socks, and
Oh, do you?
yeah, I have to.
Yeah, I think I've worn socks 3 times this whole summer, and that was it. I hate them. Man, I tell you what, for this show, Dirty Thursday, we've never done anything with demo derbies. I was sitting here thinking at the beginning of the week if I should call you or get a hold of you, and then it was funny because within a half hour when I was thinking about this, I got a text from Brad and I got a text from Darren saying, hey, you should reach out to this guy, see if we can get you on the show. And then when I called you the first time, you had Monday off because you went down and watched the Vikings kick the Packers' ass. And I thought, oh, man, you living in Thief River, what are the odds of him being able to take more time off? He just took a day off, but you made it work.
Yeah.
The only downfall about a Dirty Thursday is there are guys that have to take off work. And when they come from out of town, if they're not going to stay here, that's a little extra effort, and we sure appreciate you coming in, man. I'm excited. I think this is going to be a great weekend.
It's going to be, yeah, we're definitely excited for it. I'm excited to stand in front of the grandstands and at the Bullring.
Mm-hmm. And we could probably make this a regular deal then. You guys come back next year, we'll get you on the show the week before again if we can swing it with you, Okay, so again, 6 o'clock. If you want to find out more, maybe you still have a car that you think you could put into this thing, call them up, 218-686-7488, or you can check out WFO Derby Promotions. Let's see here. Going to be a great show. Dwayne Dorholt, looking forward to a great time watching cars crash. We got a lot of people watching the show. And Tyler Miller, again, thank you for coming down, man.
Thank you.
It's going to be an awesome time. And again, our Dirty Thursday is brought to you by Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. And, I've been watching all the regulars walking through the hallway here and the front of the lobby. They're all heading to Rumors. I might even head there for a quick one, too. But tell you what, Rumor Sports Bar and Casino, they're looking to hire part-time servers and cooks. You can stop in to find out more while you're enjoying a cold beer or their food. They have got great lunch and dinner specials. If you want to watch the Vikes this Sunday or Monday night they're playing, check it out because Rumor Sports Bar and Casino, It's covered with wall-to-wall TVs. And, of course, home of the world-famous beer tower. Maybe go try your luck at some charitable gaming. Maybe you want to go bet on the horses. There's a billion things going on at Rumor Sports Bar and Casino. Check it out. They've got some great monthly specials, too. And BT and Jake and all the guys over at Rumor, Scotty, thanks for being on board on another Dirty Thursday. And again, thanks to River Cities Speedway for bringing you this show they do each and every Thursday. Brad and Darren and Bill and Linus and all the guys there. Oh, man, what a great place. The Bullring Beatdown, 6 o'clock is when it's going to start on Saturday. If we do happen to get rained out, we've got a rain date on Sunday, so that's going to be awesome. Hey, I'm off tomorrow, but remember to catch the Best Forking Sports Arena show with Monty and Bill and, well, whoever shows up tonight in the studio. Show starts at 6:30. Hey, have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you at the Bullring Beatdown, and remember to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone like Brad should be doing. Then he'll never miss a show. Grand Forks is a great place, and it's even greater now with the Bullring Beatdown coming up. Well, Grand Forks' best source is giving it an identity again.